Hello. Just gonna wait for people to start coming in. If you are watching the playback, I put up on my Instagram stories the other day whether you guys prefer to have your moon workshops as reels and keep them short and sweet and you can just screenshot the info that you need, or if you prefer to have them in long form like I'm doing right now in the live and saving it as the IGTV. So I'm doing both. Whatever gets the most response, whatever you guys seem to like more is what I'm going to do going forward. Doesn't mean that I'll never do another reel or I'll never do another live. I'm going to continue doing both, but I am interested to know what format works best for you guys. So I see some people are coming in. Hello, hello, hello. I'm really excited to talk about this new moon because I don't know if you guys joined me a few months back. I think it was the new moon in Taurus, or maybe the one right after it, where the moon was kind of in a void stage, so it really was not ideal for manifesting. I see a vote for reels down there. It was not ideal for manifesting. Now, for those of you who are new to my page, maybe you don't know me very well, let me just take a breath and introduce myself. So my name is Florence. I am by no means an astrologer. What I'm doing here is providing you guys with some really powerful questions. They're essentially journal prompts to help you tune in to the manifestation energy that's available to all of us during the course of the lunations. So during new moons, typically, not always, typically it's a really good time to bring in new intentions for the following moon cycle. So you want to start really thinking about the things that you want to bring into your life. And then during the full moons, it's a really good time to release things that are no longer serving you. So what I do is I come in and I provide you guys with some really, again, powerful questions to have you just think and really reflect on where you are right now and where you want to be the next time that the moon either changes signs or goes into a new phase. So, oh, hey, Amber, feeling all the feels tonight and ready to journal. Yes. Okay. So now that I've done a little bit of an introduction, let me get right into the thick of it. So Cancer season generally without Cancer moon, and I'm sorry guys, I'm so thirsty. I have to, I'm sorry. Okay, the Cancer moon can be super heavy for a lot of people. It brings up a lot of emotions. So Cancer, okay, the sign of Cancer, especially when it's at home at the moon, okay, because Cancer and the moon are like, right? It can be super heavy for people because it shines, darkness in this case, because it's the new moon, right? So it really casts that darkness on our emotions, on our intuition, right? And so it can feel really, really deep, and it can feel almost dark for some people. But here's the thing, we go through these phases, especially as women, okay, and I'm going to talk about that next, but we go through these phases because we're supposed to. We can't just go through life like this. If we did, we'd never make any progress. So there are times during the year, during the course of our lives, that we have to do those deep dives to get the information that our subconscious mind wants us to have. Because believe it or not, your subconscious mind has all the resources that you need at your disposal for you to live the life that you want. Period. End of story. You have every single resource you need inside of you to actually create the life that you want. Okay? Now, when I talk about working with the moons, and this is just something that I want to touch on briefly, I think there's a lot of people that think about working with the moons as being too woo, too witchy, whatever you want to call it. But really, truly, if you think about it, the moon is always changing and it's always evolving, and it does it in small steps. And I wonder if you can see any correlation between how the moon goes through phases and changes in small increments and how you would benefit in doing the same thing, right? because when we try to change everything at once and overhaul our entire lives, it can actually be really challenging. But when we take small, measured steps, right, then we can actually get that much closer to our goals. So I personally like to work with the moons because when I'm working with a new moon and a full moon in one cycle, it allows me to have that check-in point with myself at 2-week intervals. So it's very powerful, especially if you are a woman. Most women operate on a 28-day cycle. And if you're a woman, I don't have to explain to you why that is. Men operate on a different cycle. We're not going to talk about their cycle right now because I'm not a man, so I can't explain it to you. I'm sure you can find one who will. But women operate on a 28-day cycle. And so I think it's really, really interesting that we can actually follow the moon, right? And follow our own actual rhythm. Amber said, I just watched a video about how the moon goes through phases just like our periods do. I'm loving working with the moon. It's really, really powerful. Absolutely. It's extremely powerful, and it's also very empowering because when you start being consistent with it, like anything else, consistency begets results. So yes, it's extremely powerful and very empowering. So I don't want to keep you guys too long. I'm going to give you the journal prompts, and I just want you guys to know that when I create these, I don't just write them and then like disseminate them out into the world. I actually write them and then I use them myself. And so I tweak them until I feel like there's going to be enough value in them for you. The Cancer moon, like I mentioned earlier, is all about emotion and intuition and how we can make those two things work for you, how you can use them as a resource and as a tool to help you create the life that you want. So, oh, hey Jess, hi. So the first question that I wrote down, and now for those of you who know or don't know, I am now certified in NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. And so a lot of the work that I do is with the subconscious mind. And so when you're doing these journal prompts, I want you to tap into your subconscious mind as well. And what I mean when I say tap into your subconscious mind is that when I give you these questions, and I'm going to list them in the comment sections when I save this for playback, when I read these questions, I want you to write the very first thing that comes to mind. I don't want you to think about it. I don't want you to ruminate on it. It's going to be like as if I snap my finger. As a matter of fact, I might snap my finger in this video. I'm not being rude. I'm trying to get you to give me your first initial intuitive subconscious response. So I want you to ask your subconscious mind if you have the permission to work with it tonight, to access it for the highest good of all, okay? And for you to be consciously aware of it. So go ahead and ask yourself that now. Give yourself that permission, that entry point. And then I want you to ask yourself, what does your subconscious mind want you to know about where your emotions are leading you? What does your subconscious mind want you to know about where your emotions are leading you? Next question. What does your subconscious mind want you to know about where your intuition is leading you? What does your subconscious mind want you to know about where your intuition is leading you? I'm going to take little breaks in between, but you guys can just pause, come back to this. It'll be in the comments section. go ahead and give it that first intuitive response. You might be surprised at what comes up, and that's okay, because your subconscious mind takes in up to 2.13 million bits of information at any given moment. So it is aware of a lot more than your conscious mind is. So whatever comes to the surface for you is exactly what is meant to come to the surface for you. So write it down, go with it, and dig as deep as you feel you need to. Now my next question. With those two revelations in mind about your emotions and about your intuition, what new projects or experiences does your subconscious mind want you to have during this next moon cycle? What new projects or experiences does your subconscious mind want you to have during this next cycle? Just give it your first subconscious response. And then I want you to tell us, or write down how that feels to you. What does it feel like? What does it sound like? What does it look like when you think about these new experiences? When you think about these new goals? And I'm not just talking about things related to your career. I'm talking about all things concerning you. Your new goal could be a health goal. It could be a self-care goal. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be business. It could be a goal to set better boundaries with your loved ones. It does not have to be career or finance related. Manifestation and manifesting the life of your dreams is not only about money. It's about embodying the version of yourself that gets to live its best, most happy and fulfilled life. And that embodies a lot more than just money. So get really real with yourself and ask your subconscious mind, how does it feel? What does it look like? What does it sound like? To bring to your awareness now those new goals, those new ideas, those new projects. What does that feel like for you? What does it look like? And next, I want you to ask yourself, ask your subconscious mind if there's any blocks present. And if so, what are they? What would be blocking you from having or achieving that goal, that experience? Be honest with yourself. What is blocking you? Take a moment. And then the next question, I want you to ask your subconscious mind what resources it has to help you overcome these blocks. Remember what I told you earlier, your subconscious mind has all the resources that it needs. So, what resources do you have already available to you, stored away in your subconscious somewhere, that can help you to overcome these blocks? Write those down. There's just two more. What becomes possible when you put these resources to work? What becomes possible for you when you use the resources that you have available at your disposal to overcome any possible blockages? What becomes possible for you when you use the resources you have available to you to overcome those blockages. Last but not least, what does all of this mean for your future self? That future self that you so badly want to become. That future self that you're so committed to becoming. What is the significance of all of this? What is the significance of setting this goal? This small goal that's going to lead to a bigger goal, to an even bigger goal, and to an even bigger manifestation. What is the significance of it, and what does it mean for your future self? Just go ahead and journal about that. My friends, those are your journal prompts for this new moon. Very simple. Very simple. It doesn't have to be this big elaborate thing with candles, and I used to think so, by the way. The candles, the smoke, the cards, the this. Fine if you want to do it. I'm not hating. I still do it sometimes. It's all good. But it's not necessary. The only thing you need in order to manifest your next level self is you. You're the solution. You're the resource. That's it. That's the whole thing. You are the most magical thing that you will ever have access to. And if that doesn't excite you, I don't know what to tell you. It should light you up. I know it lights me up. So I am going to save this for playback purposes. I'm going to put all the actual journal prompts as bullet points in the comment section, but I want to know if anybody has questions before I log off or any feedback. I'd be happy to chat. Amber said, to become my most expressed full version of myself, these journal prompts feel so great. I'm so glad that they feel so great to you. They felt really great to me too. Like I said, I don't upload anything for you guys as far as like journal prompts or rituals or anything like that if I haven't already done it myself. So I'm glad that it feels good to you because it felt really good to me too. And when I actually started to answer these questions earlier today, I actually wound up doing like some automatic writing, and it felt fantastic. And then from that writing, I went right into EFT, right into tapping, and that felt incredible as well. So love all this. Thank you for coming online. Thank you for being here. I'm so glad. Thank you for being in this space with me. Thank you for showing up for yourself. Okay, you are so incredible. The earth is so lucky to have you. And I'm just so excited. Let me know in the comments below when you're watching the playback what your future self looks like. Who are you committed to becoming during this next moon cycle? I can't wait to see you, and I will see you in August. What? For Leo season. Yes, fellow Leos. I love you guys. I will see you soon.